In the annals of history, tales of bravery often revolve around extraordinary individuals who rise to the occasion, defying odds and etching their names in the hearts of many. This is the story of one such hero, a Belgian Malinois named Conan. Conan was no ordinary dog, he was a warrior, a protector, and a testament to the unbreakable bond between humans and animals. His journey, marked by courage, sacrifice, and unwavering loyalty, would soon capture the attention of the world. Conan's story began in the hallowed halls of a top-secret military facility where elite dogs were trained for the most dangerous missions. Selected from a litter of highly intelligent and capable canines, Conan possessed an innate drive and a fierce loyalty that set him apart. Little did anyone know that this remarkable dog would play a pivotal role in one of the most daring and consequential military operations in recent history. Conan's path to heroism was paved with rigorous training and unwavering dedication. He endured grueling obstacle courses, mastered complex commands, and faced simulated combat scenarios with unwavering resolve. His handlers, the elite soldiers entrusted with his care and training, recognized his exceptional abilities and the depth of his loyalty. Together, they forged an unbreakable bond, a testament to the profound connection that can exist between humans and animals, even in the face of adversity. As Conan honed his skills, the world beyond the training grounds grappled with uncertainty and fear. The specter of terrorism loomed large, casting a shadow over countless lives. In the heart of this global struggle, a sinister force emerged, led by the ruthless and elusive terrorist leader Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi. The world watched with bated breath as intelligence agencies and military forces from around the globe joined forces in a desperate attempt to bring this dangerous individual to justice. In the crucible of conflict, the bond between soldier and dog transcends mere companionship. It becomes a lifeline, a source of unwavering support and unwavering trust. For Conan and his handlers, this bond was forged in the fires of shared experience, countless hours of training, and an unspoken understanding that transcended words. They were more than just handler and dog, they were partners, comrades in arms, bound by a shared purpose and an unyielding commitment to protecting their own. The handlers entrusted with Conan's training recognized his exceptional abilities early on. His sharp instincts, unwavering focus, and remarkable physical prowess set him apart as a natural-born protector. They poured their hearts and souls into his training, recognizing that his success hinged on their ability to nurture his talents and instill in him the discipline and precision required of a military working dog. Conan, in turn, responded with unwavering loyalty and a willingness to please that endeared him to all who knew him. The bond between Conan and his handlers extended beyond the training grounds. They shared meals, quiet moments of companionship, and the ever-present knowledge that their lives depended on one another. In the pressure cooker of military life where danger lurked around every corner, their bond became a source of strength and solace. Conan's presence provided comfort and reassurance, a reminder that even in the darkest of times, loyalty and companionship could prevail. As the threat posed by Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi escalated, Conan and his handlers found themselves thrust into the global spotlight. Intelligence reports pointed to a heavily fortified compound in Syria, a labyrinth of tunnels and hidden chambers where the terrorist leader was believed to be hiding. The mission to capture or neutralize al-Baghdadi was fraught with danger, a high-stakes operation that demanded the utmost skill, courage, and sacrifice. The weight of the world rested on the shoulders of the soldiers tasked with capturing or neutralizing Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi. The mission was fraught with danger, a testament to the bravery and selflessness of those who put their lives on the line to protect others. Conan, the courageous Belgian Malinois, stood shoulder to shoulder with his human counterparts, ready to face whatever lay ahead. His unwavering courage and unwavering loyalty would be put to the ultimate test. The compound where al-Baghdadi was believed to be hiding was a fortress, a maze of tunnels and hidden rooms designed to thwart even the most sophisticated military operation. Intelligence reports warned of booby traps, hidden explosives, and a network of loyal followers willing to fight to the death to protect their leader. The soldiers tasked with infiltrating this stronghold knew the risks, yet they pressed forward, driven by a sense of duty and a commitment to bringing justice to a man who had inflicted untold suffering upon the world. As darkness descended upon the compound, Conan and his handlers prepared to embark on their perilous mission. The air crackled with tension, a palpable reminder of the high stakes involved. The soldiers checked their equipment, their faces etched with a mixture of determination and apprehension. Conan, seemingly oblivious to the danger that lay ahead, sat patiently by his handler's side, his senses on high alert, ready to respond at a moment's notice. The order to move out came swiftly, a whispered command that shattered the stillness of the night. Conan and his handlers, along with their fellow soldiers, slipped silently into the darkness, their movements cloaked by the shadows. They moved with precision and purpose, their training and experience evident in every step. Their objective to infiltrate the compound, locate al-Baghdadi, and bring him to justice. Conan's journey from an energetic pup to a highly skilled military dog was a testament to the dedication and expertise of the military's K9 training program. Selected for his intelligence, drive, and physical capabilities, Conan possessed the raw potential to excel in this demanding field. From the moment he set paw in the training facility, his life took on a new purpose, a path that would lead him to confront danger and protect those who defended freedom. The training facility, nestled amidst sprawling grounds, was a hub of activity, buzzing with the energy of dogs and their handlers. Here, recruits like Conan underwent a rigorous selection process that tested their physical and mental aptitude. Trainers with years of experience observed their every move, searching for those with the right combination of traits, unwavering focus, a willingness to please, and an innate ability to follow commands. Conan, with his piercing gaze and boundless energy, quickly caught the attention of the trainers. He possessed an eagerness to learn and an unwavering determination that set him apart from his peers. The trainers recognized his potential, seeing in him the makings of a truly exceptional military working dog. And so began Conan's transformation, a journey that would test his limits and mold him into a valuable asset to the armed forces. Life at the facility was structured and demanding, a far cry from the carefree existence of a domesticated pet. Conan's days were filled with a carefully calibrated mix of physical training, obedience drills, and specialized exercises designed to hone his natural instincts. He learned to navigate obstacle courses, detect hidden objects, and respond to his handler's commands with unwavering precision. Section 2. The rigors of training. The training regimen for military working dogs like Conan was not for the faint of heart. It demanded unwavering focus, physical endurance, and an unbreakable spirit. Trainers pushed the dogs to their limits, simulating real-world scenarios they might encounter on missions. From rappelling from helicopters to navigating treacherous terrain, Conan faced each challenge with determination, his natural agility and intelligence shining through. One of the most crucial aspects of Conan's training involved scent detection. Military working dogs play a vital role in sniffing out explosives, narcotics, and other contraband, protecting countless lives in the process. Trainers spent countless hours honing Conan's olfactory senses, using a variety of methods to teach him to identify specific scents. Conan proved to be a natural at scent work, his keen nose and unwavering focus making him a standout performer. He learned to distinguish between the faintest of odors, alerting his handler with a bark or a paw on the target. This skill would prove invaluable in the field, where the detection of hidden explosives or other dangers could mean the difference between life and death. As Conan progressed through his training, he began to grasp the gravity of the tasks ahead of him. The playful exuberance of puppyhood gave way to a quiet intensity, a sense of purpose that radiated from his every move. He understood that his role was not merely to obey commands but to protect his handler, his comrades, and innocent lives. Section 3. A bond forged in discipline. The bond between a military working dog and their handler is unlike any other. It's a partnership built on trust, respect, and a shared understanding of the inherent dangers of their chosen path. For Conan, this bond began to solidify during his rigorous training, where every successful exercise, every challenge overcome, strengthened the connection between him and his handler. Conan's handler, a seasoned soldier with years of experience, recognized the dog's exceptional drive and unwavering loyalty early on. He approached Conan's training with a perfect blend of firmness and compassion, understanding that building trust was just as important as instilling discipline. They spent countless hours together, working through drills, pushing each other to their limits, and forging a connection that transcended the boundaries of language. Beyond the rigors of training, the handler made sure to incorporate moments of play and affection into their routine. A simple game of fetch, a gentle scratch behind the ears. These small gestures helped to solidify the bond between them, reminding Conan that even in the midst of demanding training, he was valued and cared for. As the bond between Conan and his handler grew stronger, so too did their ability to work together seamlessly as a team. The handler learned to read Conan's subtle body language, anticipating his every move. Conan in turn responded to his handler's commands with unwavering obedience, trusting him implicitly to guide them through any situation. Section 4. Sharpening the Senses. The training facility was equipped with a variety of specialized courses designed to challenge the dog's physical and mental agility. Conan excelled in these environments, his natural athleticism and problem-solving skills on full display. He navigated obstacle courses with ease, scaling walls, crawling through tunnels, and leaping over hurdles with the grace of a seasoned athlete. One particular exercise involved a simulated combat environment complete with the sounds of gunfire, explosions, and the disorienting smell of smoke. The purpose of this training was to acclimate the dogs to the sights, sounds, and smells of a combat zone, ensuring they could perform their duties under extreme pressure. Conan, despite his initial apprehension, quickly adapted to the chaos, his focus never wavering from his handler's side. These exercises were not merely about physical prowess, they were about building mental resilience, teaching the dogs to remain calm and focused amidst chaos. The trainers understood that in a real-world scenario, the ability to think clearly under pressure could be the difference between success and failure, between life and death. As Conan honed his skills, his confidence grew. He learned to trust his instincts, to rely on the training that had been ingrained in him. The trainers watched his progress with pride, recognizing that they were witnessing the making of a truly exceptional military working dog, one who would go on to achieve remarkable things. As Conan's training progressed, a sense of anticipation filled the air. The world outside the confines of the training facility was a dangerous place, and soon, Conan would be called upon to face those dangers head-on. His trainers knew that the skills he had acquired here would be put to the ultimate test, and they prepared him for every eventuality, instilling in him the courage and resolve he would need to succeed. The specter of terrorism loomed large, casting a long shadow over the globe. Intelligence reports pointed to increasing activity from extremist groups, their nefarious plans threatening the safety and security of innocent lives. Conan and his fellow canine trainees represented a vital line of defense against these threats, their highly specialized skills making them invaluable assets in the fight against terrorism. The trainers stressed the importance of vigilance, of always being aware of their surroundings and trusting their instincts. They drilled into Conan the importance of following his handler's lead, of remaining calm and focused even in the face of danger. Conan absorbed these lessons, his sharp mind processing every piece of information, preparing himself for the unknown challenges that lay ahead. As the day of Conan's deployment drew closer, a mixture of excitement and apprehension filled the air. The trainers had done everything in their power to prepare him for the challenges ahead, but they knew that the true test of his abilities would come when he faced real-world threats, when lives were on the line, and the stakes were at their highest. Within the intelligence community, whispers of a high-value target echoed through the corridors of power. Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi, the elusive leader of the Islamic State of Iraq and the Levant, had become a ghost, his whereabouts shrouded in secrecy. His reign of terror had left a trail of devastation across the Middle East. His ideology, a toxic brew that poisoned the minds of countless individuals, drawing them into a web of violence and extremism. Intelligence agencies worked tirelessly, piecing together fragments of information, tracking the movements of known associates, desperately seeking any clue that would lead them to al-Baghdadi's doorstep. The pressure was immense, the stakes impossibly high. The capture or neutralization of this one man, this architect of chaos, held the potential to shift the balance of power, to deliver a blow to a terrorist organization that thrived on fear and intimidation. Satellite imagery revealed a nondescript compound in Berisha, a small village in northwestern Syria, nestled amidst olive groves and shrouded in an almost eerie silence. The compound's location, its proximity to the Turkish border, and the patterns of activity observed around it raised red flags, suggesting that this unassuming structure might conceal a sinister secret. As intelligence analysts pored over satellite images, intercepted communications, and human intelligence reports, a picture began to emerge. The compound, with its reinforced walls, hidden tunnels, and a network of watchful eyes, bore all the hallmarks of a high-security hideout, a place where someone of al-Baghdadi's stature might seek refuge. The hunt for al-Baghdadi had become a global endeavor, a relentless pursuit that spanned continents and involved the cooperation of intelligence agencies and military forces from around the world. The United States, driven by a commitment to dismantle ISIS and bring its leaders to justice, poured vast resources into the effort, deploying its most sophisticated surveillance technologies and its most elite special operations units. Among those tasked with tracking down al-Baghdadi was Delta Force, the U.S. Army's highly secretive and elite counterterrorism unit. Known for their unparalleled skills in hostage rescue, direct action, and high-value target extraction, Delta Force operators were trained to operate in the shadows, to strike swiftly and decisively, and to disappear into the night, leaving no trace of their presence. The intelligence pointing to the compound in Berisha was compelling but circumstantial. To confirm al-Baghdadi's presence, Delta Force would need to conduct a high-risk reconnaissance mission, infiltrating the compound under the cover of darkness, gathering evidence, and exfiltrating without being detected. It was a dangerous undertaking, one that demanded meticulous planning, nerves of steel, and an unflinching acceptance of the risks involved. As Delta Force operators prepared for their mission, they knew that success hinged on maintaining absolute secrecy. The element of surprise was their greatest asset, their ability to slip in and out of the compound undetected, their movements cloaked by the darkness, and the ever-present threat of discovery hanging over their heads like a sword of Damocles. Section 3. Operation Inherent Resolve. The mission to capture or neutralize al-Baghdadi was given a name, Operation Kayla Mueller, named in honor of an American humanitarian aid worker who had been kidnapped and murdered by ISIS in 2015. The operation fell under the umbrella of Operation Inherent Resolve, the U.S.-led military intervention against ISIS that had been ongoing since 2014. Operation Inherent Resolve involved a complex coalition of international partners, each contributing their unique capabilities to the fight against ISIS. Air power played a crucial role, with coalition aircraft carrying out airstrikes against ISIS targets, degrading their ability to wage war and control territory. On the ground, local forces, supported by U.S. and coalition advisors, fought to liberate towns and villages from ISIS control, their courage and sacrifice paving the way for a more peaceful future. The intelligence gathered on the compound in Berisha suggested that al-Baghdadi was not alone. He was believed to be surrounded by a small group of loyal bodyguards, hardened fighters, willing to die to protect their leader. This presented a significant challenge for Delta Force, as any attempt to capture al-Baghdadi alive would likely be met with fierce resistance. As the planning for Operation Kayla Mueller intensified, military commanders grappled with a difficult decision. Should they attempt to capture al-Baghdadi alive, potentially risking the lives of Delta Force operators in a protracted firefight, or should they neutralize him with overwhelming force, ensuring his demise but eliminating the possibility of interrogating him and gathering valuable intelligence? Section 4. The Calm Before the Storm. The staging ground for Operation Kayla Mueller was a desolate airbase in western Iraq, a hive of activity cloaked in secrecy. Delta Force operators, their faces etched with a mixture of determination and grim acceptance, went through their final preparations, checking and rechecking their equipment, their movements honed to a razor's edge by countless hours of training. Conan, his senses on high alert, remained by his handler's side, seemingly oblivious to the weight of the mission that lay ahead. He had been chosen for this operation for his exceptional tracking abilities, his unwavering courage under fire, and his ability to navigate complex environments with speed and agility. He was a weapon, a tool, but he was also a partner, a comrade in arms, and his handler trusted him implicitly. The air hung heavy with anticipation, the oppressive heat a tangible reminder of the unforgiving environment they were about to enter. The whirring of helicopter blades sliced through the stillness of the night, as Chinook helicopters, their silhouettes barely visible against the star-studded sky, touched down on the tarmac, their engines a low rumble that resonated through the airbase. As the Delta Force operators boarded the helicopters, their faces illuminated by the dim red glow of interior lights, a sense of purpose settled over them. They were about to embark on one of the most dangerous missions of their careers, a mission that could have far-reaching consequences, a mission from which some of them might not return. Section 5 Into the Lion's Den. Under the cover of darkness, 8 helicopters carrying Delta Force operators supported by Apache attack helicopters and drones providing overwatch, lifted off from the airbase in western Iraq, their rotors churning the air into a frenzy as they set course for Barisha, Syria. Inside the Chinooks, the operators sat strapped into their seats, their faces illuminated by the ghostly green glow of night vision goggles, their weapons at the ready. The flight to Barisha was tense, the silence broken only by the whirring of helicopter blades and the occasional crackle of static over the radio. Conan, his body tense with anticipation, sat wedged between his handler's legs, his head resting on his handler's thigh, as if seeking reassurance. The handler, his hand resting on Conan's back, gently stroked the dog's fur, whispering words of encouragement, a silent conversation between man and beast, 2 warriors preparing to face the unknown. As the helicopters approached the target area, the pilots extinguished their exterior lights, plunging the cabins into darkness. Through the windows, the operators could see the faint outlines of the Syrian landscape scrolling beneath them, the terrain illuminated only by the pale glow of the moon and the infrared beams of their night vision goggles. The helicopters descended low, hugging the contours of the terrain, their pilots expertly navigating the treacherous landscape, avoiding known enemy positions and potential hazards. The operators, their hearts pounding in their chests, gripped their weapons tighter, their senses on high alert, as they prepared to disembark into the heart of enemy territory. The Chinooks touched down in a cloud of dust and swirling debris, their engines a deafening roar that shattered the stillness of the night. Delta Force operators, their movements honed to a razor's edge by years of training, spilled out of the helicopters, taking up positions around the landing zone, establishing a perimeter, their eyes scanning the darkness for any sign of enemy movement. Conan, his senses overwhelmed by the cacophony of sound and the unfamiliar smells of the Syrian night, remained by his handler's side, his body tense, his ears pricked, his tail held low, his every movement conveying a mixture of apprehension and excitement. He was a predator, hardwired for action, and the adrenaline coursing through his veins only heightened his senses. The assault force, led by their team leaders, moved swiftly and silently towards the compound, their night vision goggles amplifying the faintest glimmer of light, their footsteps muffled by the soft earth. The compound, shrouded in darkness, loomed large before them, its walls casting long shadows in the moonlight, its windows dark and lifeless, like the eyes of a predator lying in wait. As the Delta Force operators approached the compound, they could hear the faint sound of voices speaking in hushed tones, a reminder that they were walking into a hornet's nest, that their every move was being watched, that at any moment the relative quiet of the night could erupt into a maelstrom of violence. The Delta Force operators, their movements synchronized, their training evident in every step, breached the compound's outer wall, using explosives to create an entry point, the blast echoing through the night, a thunderclap that shattered the silence. They poured through the breach, their weapons trained on every shadow, their senses on high alert, adrenaline surging through their veins. Inside the compound, chaos reigned. Al-Baghdadi's bodyguards, taken by surprise but determined to fight to the death, opened fire on the Delta Force operators, their AK-47s spitting flames into the darkness. The operators returned fire, their M4 carbines barking back, the air filled with the deafening staccato of gunfire, the smell of gunpowder acrid and suffocating. Conan, his training kicking in, charged into the fray alongside his handler, his powerful legs propelling him forward, his teeth bared, his eyes fixed on the enemy, his every instinct urging him to protect his handler, to take down the threat. He moved with a speed and agility that belied his size, dodging bullets, weaving through the chaos, his presence a blur of fur and muscle. As the Delta Force operators fought their way deeper into the compound, they encountered a heavily fortified door, behind which they believed al-Baghdadi was hiding. One of the operators, a combat engineer, moved forward to plant explosives on the door, exposing himself to enemy fire. In that moment, a hail of bullets ripped through the air, striking the engineer, knocking him to the ground. Conan, his senses honed by years of training, reacted instinctively. He lunged forward, placing himself between his handler and the fallen engineer, shielding them from further harm. Bullets whizzed past him, thudding into the ground at his feet, but he held his ground, his body a living shield, his loyalty to his handler unwavering, his courage in the face of danger a testament to the unbreakable bond between man and dog. The Delta Force operators, inspired by Conan's selfless act, rallied, their training taking over, their determination renewed. They poured fire into the enemy positions, suppressing the gunfire, giving their medic a chance to reach the wounded engineer and drag him to safety. The medic worked feverishly, applying tourniquets, staunching the bleeding, fighting to keep the engineer alive. With the immediate threat neutralized, the Delta Force operators regrouped, their faces grim, their resolve hardened. They had taken casualties, but they were closer than ever to their objective, capturing or neutralizing al-Baghdadi. They knew that time was of the essence, that al-Baghdadi could use the chaos to escape. The combat engineer, stabilized but seriously wounded, was evacuated from the compound, loaded onto a medevac helicopter, and whisked away to receive medical attention. As the helicopter disappeared into the night sky, the Delta Force operators turned their attention back to the task at hand, their determination to finish the mission, to honor their fallen comrade, burning brighter than ever. Section 9. Extracting a Hero. With the compound secure, al-Baghdadi's reign of terror came to an end. He had been a shadowy figure, a phantom who had evaded capture for years, but in the end he was just a man, cornered and alone, his dreams of a caliphate crumbling around him. Conan, his job done, his body weary but his spirit unbroken, remained by his handler's side, a silent guardian, a watchful protector, as the Delta Force operators prepared to withdraw from the compound. The helicopters, their engines a welcome sound in the darkness, touched down in a cloud of dust and swirling debris. The Delta Force operators, carrying their wounded comrade, boarded the helicopters, their movements weary but efficient, their mission a success, but at a cost. Conan, his leash held firmly by his handler, followed, his head held high, his tail wagging slightly, as if proud of the role he had played. As the helicopters lifted off, the first rays of dawn were just beginning to paint the eastern sky with hues of orange and gold. The compound, now silent and empty, stood as a testament to the bravery and sacrifice of those who had fought and died within its walls, a reminder that even in the darkest of nights, hope can emerge from the shadows. The flight back to the airbase was somber, the mood subdued, the weight of the mission heavy on the minds of the Delta Force operators. They had achieved their objective, but they had also lost brothers in arms, their sacrifices etched into their memories, their names forever etched in the annals of military history. Section 10. The Weight of Valor. News of al-Baghdadi's death spread like wildfire, a collective sigh of relief rippling across the globe. The self-proclaimed caliph, the architect of so much suffering, was no more. His reign of terror had come to an end, not with a whimper but with a bang. The echoes of the explosion that had ended his life reverberating through the corridors of power, a stark reminder that even the most elusive of enemies can be brought to justice. Conan, hailed as a hero, his image beamed around the world, became a symbol of courage, loyalty, and the unbreakable bond between humans and animals. His story, a testament to the extraordinary things that ordinary dogs can achieve when called upon to serve, captured the hearts and minds of people from all walks of life, reminding them that even in the darkest of times, there is always hope, always something to believe in. But for Conan, the accolades meant little. He was a dog after all, his world defined by simpler pleasures, the warmth of his handler's touch, the satisfaction of a job well done, the joy of a game of fetch. He had done what he was trained to do, what his instincts had compelled him to do, and he sought no reward other than the love and admiration of those he loved. And so, life returned to a semblance of normalcy. Conan, his wounds healed, his spirit unbroken, continued to serve alongside his handler, their bond strengthened by the shared experience of battle, their connection a testament to the enduring power of companionship in a world often defined by conflict and uncertainty. Section 1, A Nation's Gratitude. The successful raid on al-Baghdadi's compound sent shockwaves across the globe. A collective sigh of relief swept through the international community as news of the terrorist leader's demise spread like wildfire. For years, al-Baghdadi had been a symbol of terror, his name synonymous with brutality and oppression. His death marked a turning point in the fight against ISIS, a victory for the forces of freedom, and a testament to the unwavering resolve of those who had dedicated their lives to combating extremism. In the United States, a wave of gratitude and admiration washed over the nation. The soldiers who had carried out the raid, particularly the elite Delta Force operators, were hailed as heroes, their courage and sacrifice lauded by politicians and ordinary citizens alike. The raid had been fraught with danger, a high-stakes gamble that could have easily ended in tragedy. But these brave men, driven by a sense of duty and an unshakable belief in the righteousness of their cause, had stared down fear and emerged victorious. Among those celebrating the success of the raid was President Donald Trump, who had made the fight against ISIS a cornerstone of his foreign policy. In a televised address to the nation, President Trump praised the incredible skill and courage of the soldiers involved in the operation, singling out Conan, the courageous Belgian Malinois, for his outstanding contributions to the mission. The president's words, broadcast into homes across the country, brought Conan's story to the forefront of the national consciousness, transforming him from an anonymous military working dog into a bona fide American hero. Conan's story resonated deeply with the American public. In a world often defined by uncertainty and division, his bravery, loyalty, and unwavering dedication to duty served as a beacon of hope, a reminder that even in the darkest of times there is always good in the world, always something to believe in. Newspapers and television networks clamored to share his story, their pages and airwaves filled with images of the courageous canine, his tail wagging proudly, his eyes shining with intelligence and devotion. While the world celebrated Conan's heroism, the courageous canine was facing his own battles. The raid on al-Baghdadi's compound had taken its toll on him, both physically and emotionally. He had been exposed to the deafening roar of explosions, the disorienting chaos of close-quarters combat, and the ever-present threat of enemy fire. He had witnessed firsthand the horrors of war, the fragility of life, and the sacrifices made by those who dedicated their lives to protecting others. Upon returning from the raid, Conan received a thorough medical examination at a state-of-the-art veterinary facility. His handlers, their hearts heavy with concern, watched anxiously as a team of skilled veterinarians assessed his injuries. Their gentle touch, a stark contrast to the harsh realities he had recently faced. To their relief, Conan's injuries, while not insignificant, were not life-threatening. He had sustained minor cuts and bruises, a testament to his agility and resilience, but his spirit, the indomitable flame that burned within him, remained unbroken. Under the watchful eyes of his caretakers, Conan began the long road to recovery. He received the best medical care available, his wounds treated with a combination of modern medicine and tender loving care. His handlers, their bond with him strengthened by the shared experience of battle, rarely left his side, their presence a source of comfort and reassurance during his convalescence. They spoke to him in soothing tones, their words a balm to his weary soul, reminding him that he was safe now, that the horrors of war were behind him. As days turned into weeks, Conan's physical wounds began to heal. The cuts and bruises faded, replaced by scars that served as a permanent reminder of his bravery and sacrifice. his energy levels returned, his playful exuberance re-emerging as he chased after tennis balls and engaged in good-natured tug-of-war battles with his handlers. The spark had returned to his eyes, the unmistakable glint of a warrior who had stared down death and emerged victorious. Conan's recovery, closely followed by a public eager for good news, became a symbol of hope and resilience. In a world often defined by tragedy and hardship, his story served as a reminder that even in the face of adversity, the human spirit and the unbreakable bond between humans and animals can endure. People from all walks of life, inspired by his courage and determination, sent letters, cards, and even care packages to the military base where he was recovering. Their gestures of kindness a testament to the power of animals to touch our hearts and lift our spirits. News organizations, recognizing the public's fascination with Conan, continued to follow his story, providing regular updates on his progress and highlighting the special role that military working dogs play in protecting our freedoms. Conan's image, often alongside that of his handlers, became ubiquitous, appearing on magazine covers, television screens, and countless websites. He had become a celebrity, a four-legged ambassador for the armed forces, and a symbol of the extraordinary sacrifices made by those who serve our country. Conan's story transcended geographical boundaries and political divides. People from around the world, united by their admiration for his bravery and their empathy for his ordeal, reached out to express their support. Social media platforms were flooded with messages of love and encouragement, a global outpouring of affection for a dog who had come to represent the very best of humanity. As Conan's recovery progressed, so too did the calls for him to be formally recognized for his heroism. Veterans groups, animal welfare organizations, and ordinary citizens alike petitioned the government to award Conan a medal for his service, arguing that his actions during the raid on al-Baghdadi's compound had saved lives and brought honor to the United States. Their efforts, fueled by a groundswell of public support, would soon reach the highest levels of government, culminating in a historic event that would forever cement Conan's place in the annals of American history. The outpouring of public support for Conan's recognition reached a fever pitch in the weeks following the raid. Social media platforms were abuzz with calls for Conan to be awarded the Medal of Honor, the highest military decoration for valor in action against an enemy force. While the Medal of Honor is typically reserved for human service members, the public sentiment was clear. Conan's actions had been nothing short of heroic, and he deserved to be recognized alongside his human counterparts. Adding fuel to the fire was a photoshopped image of Conan receiving the Medal of Honor from President Trump that went viral on social media. The image, clearly doctored but no less powerful for it, captured the public's imagination, spreading like wildfire across the internet and further solidifying Conan's status as a national hero. People shared the image with a mixture of amusement and heartfelt admiration, their captions reflecting their deep respect for Conan's service and their desire to see him formally honored. President Trump, known for his astute understanding of public sentiment, recognized the power of Conan's story and the outpouring of support for the courageous canine. In a move that surprised many but delighted millions, the president announced that he would be hosting a special ceremony at the White House to honor Conan for his service. The announcement, met with cheers from both sides of the political aisle, marked a rare moment of unity in an increasingly divided nation. The stage was set for a historic event, one that would capture the attention of the world and forever etch Conan's name in the annals of American history. The White House, typically the setting for somber political gatherings and high-stakes diplomatic negotiations, would be transformed into a place of celebration, a testament to the extraordinary bond between humans and animals, and the unwavering courage of a four-legged hero who had captured the hearts of a nation. On a crisp autumn day, under a clear blue sky, Conan, accompanied by his handler and a contingent of high-ranking military officials, arrived at the White House. The iconic residence, its white facade gleaming in the sunlight, had played host to countless dignitaries, world leaders, and historical figures, but never before had it welcomed a guest quite like Conan. The atmosphere crackled with excitement and anticipation, a sense of history in the making palpable in the air. Conan, seemingly unfazed by the grandeur of his surroundings, walked with his customary confidence, his tail wagging gently, his eyes bright with intelligence and curiosity. He had been outfitted for the occasion in a custom-made harness adorned with the American flag, a symbol of his service and sacrifice. His handler, his chest swelling with pride, maintained a firm grip on Conan's leash, his face etched with a mixture of joy and solemn respect for the magnitude of the event. Inside the Oval Office, President Trump, flanked by Vice President Mike Pence and a phalanx of photographers and reporters, greeted Conan with a warm smile and a pat on the head. The president, known for his gruff demeanor, seemed genuinely delighted by Conan's presence, his stern facade softening as he interacted with the courageous canine. Vice President Pence, an avowed dog lover, beamed with delight, his affection for Conan evident in his gentle touch and the twinkle in his eye. The ceremony itself was brief but heartfelt. President Trump, in a rare display of emotion, praised Conan's extraordinary courage and unwavering loyalty, calling him a true American hero. He spoke of the special bond between humans and animals and the vital role that military working dogs like Conan play in protecting our freedoms. Conan, the president declared, his voice filled with admiration, is a testament to the bravery and sacrifice of all the incredible dogs who serve alongside our brave men and women in uniform. The White House, a beacon of American history and a symbol of democracy, had witnessed countless moments of grandeur and solemnity. Presidents had delivered stirring speeches from its steps, diplomats had negotiated treaties within its walls, and heads of state had graced its halls with their presence. But on this day, the White House prepared to host a ceremony unlike any other, a celebration of courage, loyalty, and the unbreakable bond between humans and animals. Conan, the courageous Belgian Malinois, who had played a pivotal role in the raid that brought down Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi, was to be formally recognized for his service to the nation. The Rose Garden, a tranquil oasis nestled amidst the bustling heart of Washington, D.C., had been chosen as the setting for this momentous occasion. The air buzzed with anticipation, a blend of excitement and reverence, as White House staff meticulously prepared the venue, ensuring every detail was flawless. News crews from around the globe descended upon the White House, their cameras and microphones poised to capture every moment of this historic event. The story of Conan, the hero dog who had stared down danger alongside his human comrades, had captured the hearts and minds of people worldwide. His courage, his unwavering loyalty, and his remarkable resilience had transcended geographical boundaries and political divides, reminding people of the extraordinary bond that can exist between humans and animals. As the hour of the ceremony approached, a hush fell over the Rose Garden. The invited guests, a distinguished assembly of military leaders, politicians, and dignitaries, took their seats, their faces reflecting a mixture of solemnity and anticipation. Among them sat Conan's handler, his chest swelling with pride, his eyes shining with a mixture of joy and gratitude. Beside him, Conan, outfitted in a custom-made harness bearing the American flag, sat patiently, his demeanor calm and collected, his senses alert, as if aware of the significance of the occasion. The Rose Garden, bathed in the warm glow of the autumn sun, exuded an air of tranquility, a stark contrast to the hustle and bustle of the city beyond its gates. The meticulously manicured rose bushes, their vibrant blooms a testament to the meticulous care of the White House groundskeepers, swayed gently in the breeze, their delicate fragrance mingling with the scent of freshly cut grass. The air, crisp and clear, carried with it a sense of anticipation, a palpable buzz of excitement that rippled through the assembled crowd. President Trump, accompanied by First Lady Melania Trump and Vice President Mike Pence, emerged from the White House and made their way to the podium. The crowd rose to their feet, their applause a thunderous wave of appreciation that washed over the Rose Garden. President Trump, his face etched with a rare smile, acknowledged the crowd with a wave of his hand, his gaze sweeping over the assembled guests until it rested upon Conan, seated patiently beside his handler. "Today," President Trump began, his voice echoing across the Rose Garden, "we gather to honor a true American hero, a four-legged warrior who has demonstrated extraordinary courage and unwavering loyalty in the face of danger." The president's words, imbued with a mix of admiration and respect, hung in the air, silencing the crowd, drawing their attention to the unassuming canine who had captured the heart of a nation. Conan, seemingly oblivious to the accolades being bestowed upon him, sat stoically beside his handler, his gaze fixed on the president, his ears perked, his body language a study in controlled alertness. He had been trained to remain calm and focused amidst chaos and the flurry of activity surrounding him. The clicking of cameras, the murmur of the crowd, seemed to have little effect on his demeanor. He was a soldier after all, and this was just another mission, albeit one far different from the perilous raids and covert operations he was accustomed to. President Trump, his voice resonating with a mix of pride and admiration, recounted Conan's heroic actions during the raid on al-Baghdadi's compound. He spoke of the Belgian Malinois' unwavering courage as he charged into the darkness, his keen senses guiding the Delta Force operators through a labyrinth of tunnels and hidden rooms. He described how Conan had protected his handler, shielding him from enemy fire, his loyalty and bravery never wavering, even in the face of overwhelming danger. Conan, President Trump declared, his voice booming across the Rose Garden, is a testament to the extraordinary bond that exists between humans and animals, a bond forged in loyalty, trust, and a shared commitment to protecting our freedoms. The president's words, spoken with heartfelt sincerity, resonated deeply with the assembled crowd, their applause a thunderous wave of agreement that washed over the Rose Garden. This magnificent dog, the president continued, his gaze fixed on Conan, represents the very best of America, the unwavering spirit, the unyielding determination, and the boundless courage that have made our nation a beacon of hope for the world. President Trump's words, more than just a tribute to a courageous canine, seem to encapsulate the collective sentiment of a nation still grappling with the wounds of the past, a nation seeking solace and inspiration in the face of uncertainty. Conan, his tail giving a single, almost imperceptible thump against the ground, seemed to acknowledge the president's words with a slight tilt of his head, his ears perked, his eyes shining with an intelligence that belied his animal nature. He had been trained to detect the subtlest changes in his handler's tone of voice, to discern the meaning behind a whispered command or a gentle touch, and in that moment, he seemed to understand the weight of the president's words, the depth of the nation's gratitude. President Trump, stepping away from the podium, gestured towards a nearby table where a velvet cushion held a gleaming object, its surface reflecting the sunlight like a miniature sun. Today, the president announced, his voice filled with pride, it is my honor to present Conan with this medallion of valor, a small token of our nation's eternal gratitude for his extraordinary service and sacrifice. The crowd erupted in thunderous applause, their cheers echoing across the Rose Garden, a testament to the special place that Conan had earned in the hearts of the American people. President Trump, with a warm smile, carefully lifted the medallion from its cushion and approached Conan, the heavy gold disc dangling from a ribbon emblazoned with the colors of the American flag. Conan's handler, his face beaming with pride, gently guided the canine closer to the president, his hand resting reassuringly on Conan's back. President Trump, his movements deliberate and respectful, leaned forward and draped the medallion around Conan's neck, the heavy gold resting against the dog's fur, a symbol of courage and sacrifice. Conan, ever stoic, stood patiently as the president placed the medallion around his neck, his demeanor calm and collected, his gaze unwavering. He had been trained to remain composed amidst distractions, and the weight of the medallion, the significance of the moment, seemed to have little effect on him. He had done his duty, fulfilled his purpose, and the accolades, though appreciated, were secondary to the bond he shared with his handler, the silent understanding that transcended words, the unspoken language of loyalty and trust. As the ceremony drew to a close and the crowd dispersed, Conan, his medallion of valor resting proudly against his chest, seemed to breathe a sigh of relief, his body relaxing slightly, his tail giving a single, happy thump against the ground. The formalities were over, the speeches made, the cameras put away, and now it was just him and his handler, their bond strengthened by the shared experience, the unspoken understanding passing between them like a silent current. They walked away from the Rose Garden, past the manicured lawns and the meticulously tended flower beds, the hubbub of the city fading behind them as they made their way towards the waiting motorcade. Conan, his senses attuned to his handler's every move, matched his stride, their pace synchronized, a testament to the years of training, the countless hours spent together, the bond forged in mutual respect and unwavering trust. Life, for Conan, would eventually return to a semblance of normalcy. There would be more training exercises, more missions to undertake, more dangers to face. But for now, he was content to bask in the afterglow of the ceremony, the warmth of his handler's hand resting on his head, the silent praise more meaningful than any medal or accolade. Conan's story, a testament to the extraordinary bond between humans and animals, would continue to inspire long after the last camera flash had faded, the last speech concluded. He had shown the world that heroism comes in all shapes and sizes, that courage knows no bounds, and that even in the darkest of times, loyalty and love can shine through, reminding us of the indomitable spirit that resides within us all. Conan's story, a testament to the extraordinary bond between humans and animals, transcended the realm of military operations and touched the very heart of what it means to serve and protect. His actions on that fateful night in Berisha, Syria, served as a powerful reminder of the invaluable contributions made by military working dogs, not just in times of war, but every single day. These courageous canines, often overlooked amidst the pomp and ceremony of military life, play a vital role in keeping their handlers safe, safeguarding innocent lives, and defending the very freedoms we hold dear. From the bustling streets of Baghdad to the rugged mountains of Afghanistan, military working dogs have stood shoulder to shoulder with their human counterparts, their keen senses and unwavering loyalty proving invaluable in countless operations. They have sniffed out hidden explosives, apprehended dangerous suspects, and provided much-needed companionship and emotional support to soldiers facing unimaginable stress and hardship. Their contributions, often made at great personal risk, have saved countless lives and earned them the respect and admiration of those who have witnessed their bravery firsthand. Conan's story brought much-needed attention to the sacrifices made by these four-legged heroes, shining a light on the vital role they play in keeping our country safe. His image, emblazoned on posters, t-shirts, and countless social media profiles, became a symbol of courage, loyalty, and the unbreakable bond between humans and animals. His story reminded people that heroism comes in all shapes and sizes, that bravery knows no bounds, and that even in the darkest of times the love and devotion of a dog can shine through, reminding us of the indomitable spirit that resides within us all. But Conan's legacy extended far beyond the battlefield. His story served as a powerful reminder of the healing power of animals, their ability to provide comfort, companionship, and unconditional love to those in need. In the wake of his heroic actions, countless veterans reached out to share their own stories of the special bond they had formed with their canine partners, their words a testament to the profound impact these animals can have on the lives of those who have served their country. Conan's story, shared far and wide through the power of the internet and the reach of traditional media, ignited a spark of inspiration in the hearts of people around the globe. Children, captivated by his courage and unwavering loyalty, dreamed of following in his paw prints, of dedicating their lives to protecting others, whether as soldiers, police officers, or firefighters. Animal shelters reported a surge in adoption applications, with families eager to open their homes and hearts to dogs in need, inspired by Conan's example of bravery and devotion. Veterans organizations, recognizing the therapeutic power of animals, expanded their programs to connect former service members with companion animals, providing them with a source of comfort, emotional support, and a renewed sense of purpose. The outpouring of love and support for Conan, a testament to the special place that animals hold in our hearts, translated into tangible action as donations poured into animal welfare organizations, funding initiatives to rescue, rehabilitate, and rehome animals in need. Conan's legacy, a testament to the enduring power of courage, loyalty, and the unbreakable bond between humans and animals, would continue to inspire generations to come. His story, passed down from parents to children, from teachers to students, would serve as a reminder that even the smallest among us can make a difference, that heroism comes in all shapes and sizes, and that the love and devotion of a dog can truly change the world. And so, long after the last camera flash had faded, the last speech concluded, and the world had moved on to other news, Conan's spirit lived on, a beacon of hope, a testament to the enduring power of courage, loyalty, and the extraordinary bond between humans and animals. His story, a timeless tale of bravery and devotion, would continue to inspire countless acts of kindness, compassion, and unwavering love, reminding us that even in a world often defined by darkness and uncertainty, there is always light to be found, always something to believe in. Conan's story, a testament to the extraordinary bond between humans and animals, serves as a powerful reminder that heroes come in all shapes and sizes, their courage and loyalty knowing no bounds. His unwavering dedication to his handlers, his bravery in the face of danger, and his unwavering spirit have captured the hearts of people around the world, reminding us that even in the darkest of times, there is always light to be found, always hope to cling to. Conan's journey, from the rigorous training grounds to the heart of a daring raid, has shone a spotlight on the invaluable contributions made by military working dogs. These courageous canines, often unsung heroes, play a vital role in protecting our freedoms, safeguarding innocent lives, and providing unwavering companionship to those who serve our country. Their sacrifices, often made at great personal risk, deserve our utmost respect and gratitude. But Conan's story is more than just a tale of military heroism. It is a testament to the enduring power of the human-animal bond, a bond that transcends language, culture, and even species. His unwavering loyalty to his handlers, his gentle nature amidst the chaos of war, and his remarkable resilience have reminded us of the extraordinary capacity for love, compassion, and understanding that exists between humans and animals. Let Conan's story serve as a call to action, a reminder to cherish the animals in our lives, to advocate for their well-being, and to honor the sacrifices made by those who dedicate their lives to protecting our freedoms. May we never forget the lessons learned from this courageous canine, lessons of loyalty, bravery, and the enduring power of the human-animal bond.